If you want to remove plaque from your arteries, start with the truth: there isn't a single magic nutrient that scrubs pipes like a bottle brush. Plaque forms when LDL particles penetrate the artery wall, get oxidized, and trigger inflammation. Over time, the body lays down scar and calcium to stabilize that injured spot. What nutrition can do, powerfully, is lower the inputs that build plaque, quiet the inflammation that destabilizes it, and, in the right context, help halt or even modestly regress it. Think fewer new deposits, calmer old ones, and better blood flow. Let's quickly map the targets. Number 1, lower LDL, the main raw material for plaque. Number 2, reduce oxidized LDL and endothelial inflammation. Number 3, drop triglycerides if they're high, because they hitch a ride with atherogenic remnant particles. Number 4, support healthy blood pressure and vessel function. When you aim nutrients at those 4 levers, arteries usually follow. Now, the nutrient all-stars: foods first, supplements only when they make sense. First, soluble fiber: psyllium, oats, barley, beans, and fruit flesh. Soluble fiber binds bile acids in the gut. Your body uses cholesterol to make more bile, and LDL falls. 10 to 12 grams of soluble fiber per day can lower LDL by roughly 5 to 15%. Practical moves: 2 tablespoons of psyllium husk daily mixed into yogurt or water, a cup of cooked oats or barley, half a plate of beans and lentils across the week. Fiber also feeds gut microbes that produce short-chain fatty acids, small signals with big anti-inflammatory effects. Second, plant sterols and stanols. These compounds compete with cholesterol for absorption in the intestine. About 2 grams per day can cut LDL by 5 to 10% when used consistently. You'll find sterols in certain fortified yogurts and spreads, and in smaller amounts in nuts, seeds, and legumes. If you use a fortified option, build it into a daily habit, on rye toast, in a smoothie, or as a snack, because consistency is the whole game. Third, omega-3 fats, EPA and DHA from oily fish. They lower triglycerides, help stabilize cardiac membranes, and can reduce post-meal lipemia. 2 to 3 servings of salmon, sardines, trout, or mackerel per week is a strong base. If your triglycerides are high, talk with your clinician. Prescription-grade omega-3s at targeted doses beat scattershot supplementing. More isn't automatically better. Respect dose and context. Fourth, the olive oil pattern. Extra virgin olive oil isn't just healthy fat, it delivers polyphenol that improve endothelial function and reduce oxidation. Replace butter and refined seed oils with olive oil for cooking at low to moderate heat and for finishing. Drizzle it on vegetables, beans, and fish. This one swap nudges multiple pathways in your favor. Fifth, nuts and seeds. Almonds, walnuts, pistachios, pecans, chia, flax, and pumpkin seeds bring unsaturated fats, plant sterols, magnesium, and fiber. A small handful daily, about an ounce, can reduce LDL and improve the overall lipid pattern. Grind flax or chia into oats or yogurt, snack on pistachios instead of chips, top salads with walnuts. Tiny habit, compounding effect. Sixth, polyphenol-rich plants: berries, grapes, pomegranate, cocoa, green and black tea, colorful vegetables, herbs, and spices. These compounds reduce oxidative stress and improve nitric oxide signaling, which relaxes vessels. A cup of berries most days, a mug or 2 of tea, herbs like turmeric, rosemary, and oregano in your cooking, and a square of dark chocolate after dinner. These are not desserts, they're vascular tools. Seventh, nitrate-rich vegetables: beets, arugula, spinach. Dietary nitrates convert to nitric oxide, improving endothelial function and exercise capacity. Add a beet arugula salad with lemon and olive oil, blend a small beet into a smoothie, or toss a mountain of spinach with your protein. If you lift weights or walk after meals, nitrates plus movement play well together. Eighth, soy and viscous fibers together. Edamame, tofu, tempeh, and soy yogurt bring protein that can replace saturated fat sources and modestly lower LDL, especially when combined with oats, barley, and psyllium. A portfolio: plate, soy protein, nuts, viscous fiber, and sterols, has an additive effect greater than any single piece. Ninth, minerals that protect pressure and rhythm: potassium and magnesium. Potassium-rich foods like leafy greens, beans, potatoes with skin, squash, and bananas help counter sodium's pressure effect. Magnesium from pumpkin seeds, almonds, cashews, beans, and whole grains supports vascular tone and glucose control. When blood pressure drops a few points, plaque stress drops too. 10th, vinegar and citrus acids at the table. A splash of vinegar or a squeeze of lemon before or with a carb-containing meal can blunt the post-meal glucose and triglyceride rise. It's not a fad, it's chemistry. Dress your salads, finish your vegetables, and enjoy the double benefit, flavor and better metabolic curves. Now, let's be precise about supplements. Food first, that's the foundation. But targeted supplements have a role when diet alone isn't enough or when you need an on-ramp. Psyllium husk, 5 to 10 grams per day, divided, taken with water, is safe, inexpensive, and reliable for LDL reduction and regularity. Start low, increase slowly, and hydrate. Plant sterol/stanol products, aim for 2 grams per day from a fortified yogurt or spread if you tolerate them. Make it daily or skip it, they don't work as a sometimes food. Omega-3 capsules, align dose with your numbers and your clinician. For general support, modest doses are fine. For high triglycerides, prescription formulations at therapeutic doses are superior to over-the-counter scatter. Aged garlic extract, some controlled studies suggest modest reductions in arterial plaque progression and improvements in blood pressure and lipids at around 1 to 1.2 grams daily. If you try it, choose a standardized product and track your numbers. It's complementary, not a replacement for core therapy. Bergamot extract and artichoke leaf, in some people with stubborn LDL or mixed dyslipidemia, these can nudge patterns favorably. Treat them like tools, not talismans. Use for 8 to 12 weeks, check your lipids, then decide. Red yeast rice, it can lower LDL because it contains a statin-like compound, but potency varies, contaminants happen, and you can get all the side effects without medical oversight. If you need a statin effect, use a regulated statin with lab monitoring. That's not anti-natural, it's pro-results. Curcumin, resveratrol, and CoQ10, helpful for certain use cases, curcumin for inflammatory aches, CoQ10 for statin-associated muscle symptoms, but they aren't plaque erasers. If you use them, be clear on the job you want them to do. What doesn't work for plaque, and sometimes harms? Megadoses of antioxidant vitamins like E or beta-carotene haven't reduced cardiovascular events and can increase risk in some groups. High-dose niacin lowers numbers on paper but hasn't improved outcomes in modern trials and brings flushing, liver strain, and glucose issues. Detox cleanses that promise to strip plaque are marketing, not medicine. Special note on vitamin K2, it's often sold as a calcium director. The human data on reversing arterial calcification are mixed and preliminary. Don't megadose K2 expecting plaque to melt. Eat fermented foods like natto if you enjoy them, get K from greens, and let the big levers, LDL lowering, pressure control, diet pattern, do the heavy lifting. Now let's put this into plates you can actually eat. Breakfast can be an artery-friendly engine room. Steel-cut oats cooked thick, stirred with ground flax and chia, topped with blueberries and a spoon of plain Greek or soy yogurt. Or 2 eggs if you enjoy them, but anchor the plate with a big salad of arugula and cherry tomatoes dressed in olive oil and lemon, plus a slice of dense rye. Coffee is fine. If LDL is creeping up, use a paper filter. Lunch is your fiber play. A quinoa lentil bowl piled with mixed greens, cucumbers, peppers, olives, and a handful of walnuts, dressed with olive oil and red wine vinegar. Or a chickpea tuna artichoke salad with capers, parsley, lemon, and olive oil. Add fruit for dessert, an apple or orange, simple and effective. Dinner is your omega-3 or soy rotation. Baked salmon with roasted broccoli and barley, tofu vegetable stir-fry over buckwheat, sardines on whole grain toast with mustard and arugula, or tempeh and Brussels sprouts roasted crisp, finished with balsamic. Keep portions of refined starch small and move after the meal. A 10-minute walk smooths post-meal triglycerides. Snacks. Pistachios and a pear, edamame with sea salt, kefir or soy yogurt with cinnamon, or carrots and hummus. If you crave chocolate, 2 squares of dark chocolate, 70% or higher, after dinner scratches the itch and brings cocoa flavanols along for the ride. Budget version? Canned salmon or sardines, dried beans and lentils, bulk oats and barley, frozen berries and spinach, store-brand olive oil, and discount aisle nuts. You don't need boutique superfoods, you need repetition. If your numbers are already in the danger zone, very high LDL, elevated Lp(a), diabetes, hypertension, a prior heart event, nutrition remains non-negotiable, but don't pit it against medication. The fastest way to change plaque biology is aggressive LDL lowering plus lifestyle. Ezetimibe and PCSK9 class therapies exist for a reason. Use food as the foundation and medications as precision tools. It's not either/or, it's best available and. Let's add a 2-week artery reset you can repeat. For 14 days, aim for 30 to 40 grams of fiber daily with at least 10 grams soluble, 2 to 3 fish meals or a soy protein swap, olive oil as your default fat, a handful of nuts daily, berries 5 days a week, beets or arugula 3 times weekly, tea most days, vinegar or lemon at lunch and dinner, water on your desk. Take psyllium morning and evening if you tolerate it. Walk for 10 minutes after your 2 largest meals. Then, keep 80% of it going. A few smart guardrails. Watch sodium. Even perfect lipids can be undone by high blood pressure. Cook at home more, taste your food before salting, use herbs, acids, and olive oil for flavor. Respect alcohol. It raises triglycerides and blood pressure and disrupts sleep. If you drink, keep it modest and not nightly. Don't chase calories from ultra-processed, healthy snacks. A bar with syrup under a halo still spikes your post-meal river. Whole food steady it. Track what matters. Check a fasting lipid panel with ApoB if available. ApoB counts the number of atherogenic particles, not just their cargo. If triglycerides run high, check them fasting and also consider a post-meal check with your clinician's guidance. Measure blood pressure at home, correctly. Let numbers teach you which levers move your biology. Finally, mindset. Arteries don't care about perfection, they care about patterns. Every time you swap refined carbs for lentils, butter for olive oil, processed meat for fish or tofu, and dessert first for berries plus walk, you dial down the forces that build plaque and dial up the forces that protect your vessel wall. Do that most days, for months and years, and the biology shifts: quieter inflammation, fewer risky particles, calmer blood pressure, better flow. So keep the rule simple enough to remember: fiber at every meal, olive oil on everything, fish or soy most nights, nuts daily, colors on the plate, acid in the dressing, and a walk after you eat. That's how you remove plaque in the real world, by starving it, stabilizing it, and letting your arteries heal the way living tissue heals, gradually, consistently, and for the long run.
I hope this video brought you value and re-inspired you. If so, please subscribe, hit like, and leave a comment. And if anybody you know could use a little re-inspiration, please send it to them. Thank you so much for watching.